Hello? All right. Good evening to you all. Thank you for joining us in yet another edition of today's of this training. And we have been on a series. This a 1 month training, and today we are on the 20th or 21st, the 20th, 21st day of the training. And for those of you that have been joining and have been following us, it has been a wonderful time. There has been a lot of experience, so a lot of learnings. And those of you that have been joining us, you can attest to the fact that yes, the training has been impactful. And those of some of you have already been sending us videos of your testimonials to tell us what you have learned and how you are going to apply the knowledge in your own community or in your own society or in your organizations, wherever you find yourself, and even in your personal life and personal growth. You want to, you have been sharing with us how you're going to use that. So I want to appreciate all of you for your commitment and your dedication. And I believe that you have seen the manual we shared today. If you have not received the manual, just go ahead and download your manual so you can have it and make use of it. But by and large, we are getting close to the end of this month's training. Right, by Monday at most, we should be done with this training. And then maybe by Saturday or so, you should write your exams and then proceed from there. So I want to sincerely appreciate all of you for your fervent and the tenacious participation. So, and I believe that at the end of the training, you will have a reason to say that you did not waste your time. So, thank you very much for joining us in yet another edition of today's training. And like I say, if you join us, you can, as we share, so that other people can see that we are live and they can also join and participate in the training. Also, we say that you also have to comment to know that you are following what we are saying. So try to paraphrase or comment what you understood in the course of the training so that you will know that you are following. So thank you very much for being part of today's training. And as well, you can the live, and then make it more visible to others also to see and participate. So thank you very much for joining. All of you that have joined, Susan, Peter Inyam, Babatunde, um, Nyeka Obi, Ayodele, all of you that have joined so far, I want to appreciate you. You have been so dedicated and so committed to this training, and we are grateful that you have been so persistent. So today, I want us to look at emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. Emotional intelligence in conflict resolutions. Emotional intelligence is, we have been looking at where you can apply emotional intelligence. We look at how you can apply emotional intelligence in building dynamic teams, and then we also look at emotional intelligence and how you can develop leadership, and then we also look at how you can apply emotional intelligence in organization. We also are looking at today how you can apply emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. Do you understand? And this is the key. How do you resolve conflict? Through emotional intelligence. So we'll be looking at the various ways you can deploy to resolve conflict using emotional intelligence. And that's what we're doing today. All right. So I welcome you to today's training, and I know that we're going to flow together. So emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. This is our module 7. We are in module 7. So we are left with module 7 and module 8. So the training is covers module 1 to 8. So today we are in module 7. So already the manual we have sent to you now covers module 1 to 6. Do you understand? So I believe that we are on the same page. All right. So module 7 today we are looking at emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. Emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. I already told you that in the field of conflictology, we have what we call conflict management, conflict resolution, and conflict work transformation, right? So today we are looking at how you apply emotional intelligence in conflict resolution, so in conflict management, as the case may be. So we are looking at understanding conflict. That is what Unit 1 stand for. Understanding what conflict. Understanding conflict. So we are going to explore the nature and the types of conflicts so that you have a glimpse of some of the types of conflicts that you may not be aware, but they are available. Or you may be aware, but we will give you some of them. It may not be all, but you have at least some of the types of conflicts that are available. So conflicts, we say, can arise in various contexts and can be categorized into different types. Do you understand? So I told you yesterday that conflicts, you know, are multidimensional. They can come from multidimensional sources. Do you understand? And multiple things can trigger conflict. So it's not a unidimensional thing. Do you understand? So conflicts can arise from different angle and in various contexts. But what are the types of conflict that you need to know so that it can give you a background whenever you are trying to address any conflict? It will help you to know that, okay, this is the type of conflict that you are dealing with. Do you understand? So it's good that you should know some of the types of conflicts so that when you face one particular conflict and you're trying to resolve a particular conflict, you should know that this is the type of conflict you are dealing with. So first we have on our list is interpersonal conflict. Interpersonal conflict. This type of conflict occurs between individuals, all right, due to differences in opinions, differences in interests, differences, all right, in values. Conflict that occur, interpersonal conflict is a conflict that occurs between two individuals due to what? Differences in interests, values, all right, and opinions. So I am saying my own point, you are saying your own. You refuse to agree with my own, I refuse to agree with your own. That is interpersonal conflict, your own viewpoint. Or you want to eat pork, I want to eat beef. Do you understand? We have different interests. Do you understand? Values, all right? Values. You value peace, I value conflict. Do you understand? So when you are preaching peace, I'm preaching violence. Do you understand? So we have conflicts. That's values or principles. Do you understand? They make us to differ. Do you understand? There are some people that genuinely love violence, while there are people that genuinely love peace. Like those of you that are connected to this training today, it's because you love peace that you are doing anything related to peace. Do you understand? Otherwise, you should have been learning voiceology so that you go and be a master of violence. Do you understand? So things like that. But you are here learning peace. So you are a physiologist, all right? So that's what it means. So now, interpersonal conflicts. It's conflict that occurs between two individuals who have different opinions, viewpoints, interests, values. I think that is, clear now. So let's look at the example of interpersonal conflicts. Two co-workers may disagree, all right, on how to approach a project. One prefers a traditional method, while the other advocates for a more innovative approach. This difference can lead to tension and what? And misunderstanding. This difference can lead to what? Tension and misunderstanding. That's what it means. Your colleague wants traditional way of dealing with a particular project. You want an innovative way of attending to the project. And then the two of you are not agreeing. You are insisting on your own. She or he is insisting on his or her own. Do you understand? And so it creates tension, it creates anxiety, it creates an misunderstanding. So that is interpersonal conflict. So let's look at the next one, which is intrapersonal conflict. Intrapersonal conflict. These types of conflicts involves internal struggles within an individual, often relating to decision making or personal values. Do you understand? This is the type of conflict that occurs within oneself. That is within yourself. That is, this one is not interpersonal. This is not a group conflict. It's conflict within you yourself. What is happening within you? That is, you are conflicting between options ahead of you. You want to take decision, but you don't know. You don't know whether you. It's as if you want to do intelligence, emotional intelligence, as if you don't want to do it. You're just contemplating, how will I be able to join? Will I be available to join the training all the days? Do you understand? Because like the ADR that we're going to do training, right? That ADR we're going to give, you must be persistent. Otherwise, you will not graduate. ADR we're going to take serious. We are taking it serious. Do you understand? We're not going to take it. Peace education we give you on a platter of gold. Then emotional intelligence, a little bit, strategic commission. So, but the AGR, we are going to be very serious about it. We are going to monitor the progress and participation of everybody to know that you really are participating and you're consistent. Because once we register people, we know that, okay, this is the number of people that have registered for this, enroll for this training. So once we connect online like this, we want to see that number participating. And in case you have any issue, maybe you could not join because of work schedules, maybe you could not join because of network, maybe you could not join because maybe one reason or the other, you must let us know that, yes, this is the reason why you do not join. If you do not tell us, we'll not be able to take you. So if you are not sure that you will be available to participate consistently, don't register for the program. And so now maybe you are facing this kind of decision. You need to make a decision. Your availability to participate in this training. And So we're talking about conflict in oneself. That is conflict within yourself. Do you understand? When conflicts, uh, when you are finding it difficult to take certain decisions as a result of maybe you don't have the particular option that is good for you. You understand? So you don't know the kind of decision you take based on a particular. Maybe you're having, you're having um, options, and then you don't know the options you should go for. You understand? So this kind of thing, we call it intrapersonal conflict. That's the struggle to take decision, the struggle to decide the kind of value you want to take this particular money. There's an offer of money you want to take, we don't want to take. Do you understand? You're just struggling with yourself, within yourself, to make a decision, that suit your values and your principles and things like that. So that kind of conflict, we call it intrapersonal conflict, conflict within oneself. So, example, a student may experience conflicts about whether to pursue a passion for art or follow a more conventional career path suggested by their parents. You understand? This internal debate can lead to a stress and anxiety. Do you understand? Because parents may be suggesting a particular course, the child wants to do a particular one. Do you understand? And then there will be conflict. So, as the struggle will continue to make the final decision on what to do, it can cause stress, can cause anxiety, and then create tension. So, we talk about another type of conflicts, and we say it's group conflict. Group conflict. Well, this type of conflict occurs within a team or groups when members have differing goals, perspectives, or working styles. Do you understand? So when you have different individuals with different goals, different perspectives, different working style, because we don't work the same. Do you understand? Maybe you will approach a task differently. The way I will approach my own will also be different. Do you understand? So that is how we differ. So this once we have a task that we need to address collectively, then it becomes a problem because I want to approach it the way I want to approach it. You want to approach it the way you want to approach it, or you are used to. All right. So, and that's why we talk about the issue of adaptability. So, whereby there's need for you to adapt to changes. You need to adapt. Do you understand? So, it's very important. So, we talk about adaptability. So, it will help you to even adapt when the task requires you use a different approach. But in most cases, sometimes people don't want to. They want to go with what they are used to. You understand? Just to avoid the temptation of trying something different. Do you understand? So it's like that. So it creates conflicts. Do you understand? I will call this type of conflicts group conflicts because it happens within a team or within a group. Do you understand? That's what I mean. So uh, let's look at example. Maybe in a sport team, or our players may clash over strategies during a game. Some might believe in a defensive approach, while others prefer an aggressive offensive strategy. You understand? Leading to disorder or discord and ineffective teamwork. Do you understand? Because some may want to, somebody, and I think this is notable in football teams. Do you understand? The person that believes in offensive attack, once they pick ball in the center, is already running to advance, waiting for a cross or a pass to get to him so that he will take and score goal. But the person that believes in the defensive game just turn the ball from the center again and play it at the back. Do you understand? And then they take it back again and turn around and turn. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So so the person in front now becomes frustrated. He's not receiving ball. They are not feeding him. They are not giving him passes that will make him to score goal. Do you understand? So in most cases, you see such game ending draw 0. or sometimes at the end of it, or attacking. Do you understand? So they don't know what to do. So at the end of the day, they are confused. And that's why some of you will watch football and be analyzing. You analyze the errors. Do you understand? Why this one was not doing anything? Why this one was just playing in the midfield, not passing ball for goals and all of that? Do you understand? So all of those things is because they did not agree on a particular strategy they want to use for the game. And this is what we call conflict. You have been analyzing this thing, but you don't know that it's conflict. Today you have known that this can be as a result of conflict, disagreement on a particular strategy to use. Do you understand? In a particular game. Because each game you have to play, you must have a strategy because you may be dealing with different people, different games that they use different tactics. All right. So you have to get a particular strategy that will help you to win your opponent. You understand? So it will not be the same strategy. So that's why people that play one particular pattern of game, once they know them, they are easily defeated. You understand? Yes, it's because they know the pattern. And so, but we'll talk about group conflict. So we say it's in a team or in groups. So once task is to be done collectively, then you there's possibilities that you see this type of conflict happening. Then we'll talk about organizational conflicts. Organizational conflicts. This arise within or between organizations, often due to competition, all right, resource allocation, or differing objectives. So we talk about banks competing against each other. Look at the issue of Dangote now. Oil refineries. Some people have their oil refineries outside Nigeria. Some Dangote have his own in Nigeria. So where do they send crude oil? The one outside Nigeria or the one in Nigeria? Do you understand? It becomes a problem. And then some even media, international. I was listening to one report or one documentary by David Mundane, where he was saying that they contacted him, some NGOs, non-organizations in abroad contacted him to write or create a story around Dangote refineries and all of that in a bid to tarnish Dangote refineries image. Do you understand? And then things like that. So this is as a result of competition. So it creates conflict. This kind of conflict we call it organizational conflict. Do you understand? That's organization pitching against another organization. That's what it means. So two departments, for instance, now two departments within a company might compete for budget allocations. The marketing department was more funds for a campaign, while the research and development team seeks investment for new products development. All right. This can create friction between the teams. So that is organizational conflicts. So let's look at cultural conflicts. Cultural conflicts. This type of conflict occurs when individuals or groups from different cultural backgrounds have different values, beliefs, or practices. And this is where you can see religious conflicts also happening. Do you understand? Because of belief system. And that's where sometimes we see religious conflicts happening. Muslim, Christian, misunderstanding, disagreement here and there because of beliefs, because of all the traditionalists and the, you know, other believers. So it's like that. We have been seeing it, cultural conflicts. All right. Some people say they don't drink alcohol, some drink alcohol, some don't eat pork, some eat pork. Do you understand? These are cultural differences and belief and practices. So this can cause conflict. We have been seeing in most cases where alcohol is being destroyed in the northern part of the country. It's in many cases. Do you understand? Many situations. So it's as a result of cultural beliefs and practices. Do you understand? And this can cause conflicts. All right. So, for example, in a multicultural workplace, misunderstanding may arise if employees from different cultures interpret communication styles differently. For instance, a direct communication style might be perceived as rude by someone from a culture that values indirect communication. Do you understand? So when you see direct or open communication, there are some people that don't like it that way. They prefer something, behind the door, this kind of discussion, or let's keep it a secret. Let's keep the secret. Do you understand? Or one-on-one kind of discussion, or closed door discussion. Do you understand? They don't like open communication. Why there are others that like open communications? Do you understand? They say it the way it is, right, and right there they communicate it. And that's what we even encourage the most, even when it comes to it. Um, we have been advocating for open communication. Let the communication be honest. There's nothing to go and hide. Just communicate in a way that it builds human dignity. That's what we talk about. So, but this cultural conflict, all right? So that's this, our cultural backgrounds influence the way we respond to certain situations. And so once that is not going according to the way we want it, sometimes we begin to respond differently or react. So value conflict. Value conflict. Value conflict is when when individuals have what fundamentally different beliefs or values, right? Some value education, some doesn't value, becomes a source of conflict. Do you understand? Some want twins, some doesn't want twins. Sculptures, beliefs. So value, you value peace, others value conflict. So wherever there's conflict, you don't want to associate with that. Wherever it's violence, you don't want to associate with it because you value peace, right? And anything that has to do with conflict, you don't want to associate yourself with it. You understand? I was in the filling station today in the morning to buy fuel early in the morning, and then I don't know what happened. Two guys wanted to, in fact, one guy against two wanted to fight. So people were separating the other guy that was alone that he should stop. I don't know what was the explanation that they all faced the guy that was alone. So I don't know what happened. The guy was insisting that he will fight. They was trying to stop him and separate the fight. He was insisting that he want to fight. So me, I was in the car. I was just looking. You are insisting that you want two guys against you alone. By the time they allow this guy, will beat you black and blue. Do you understand? And maybe even injure you. Now people are trying to help you. Use your wisdom and stop the fight. You are saying you want to fight. You want to fight. And I saw them. They were carrying big stones like this to hit somebody. I say, if you allow this guy, they will kill you now. And then what will become of it? Foolishness, right? So I was just looking at it. I say, this guy, you like violence, so you want to fight. People are even separating you. So I discovered that when the filling station, the management of the filling station now, I don't know what happened. I don't know whether he works in the filling station or not. But when they try to now push him, okay, go outside, go out of the filling station, go and fight there, outside. So those two guys now have to, they were dragging, even some other people were even dragging him. Some people even were beating him again because they were trying to like stop him. He was insisting that he want to fight. So they drag him out of the fence of the filling station, drag him, and they were dragging him like going back of the filling station. I discovered that he started behaving himself. He started reducing his insistent attitude that he want to fight. I said, no. I was just talking. I was saying with people that were in the finishing that no, just continue now, go and fight. Now you see the eye don't declare now. People were withdrawing. They don't want to separate again. Go and fight. They drag him out of the filling station. Go and fight there. Now he now begin to change and reduce the attitude of insistence that I want to fight. I must fight. You understand? So that's what is. I told you before that when two people want to fight, and then at that initial stage, that's if you cannot. That's we talk about time for intervention, even in conflict. That's what I mean. I did not even waste my time because I cannot go and separate that kind of fight. That's at the beginning of the issue. If you were there to stop them or the argument that result into the fighting, then that is better. But when they have started fighting, then at that point you want to separate them. That is what exactly you get. Some people will be insisting that he want to fight because he has not. But by the time they beat him and make him puncture him here and there, you want to separate them. He will just quickly align with you for that separation. Do you understand? But the time he was, the fight has not gone anywhere. Everybody will be showing modules. So I say I will not waste my time because I know that this is what these guys are looking at me. I cannot go and help them. Come and show Moses for me. I want to fight, fight. By the time you are tired, by the time they have injured you, break your head, break your hand. If I come to separate you, you will quickly give up. You understand? That's what it means. So time of intervention in conflict is very important. Even I'm not talking about just interpret that is one-on-one kind of conflict. I'm talking about at the state level, at the national level, at the international level. Look at the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. So many people have made the effort to intervene. So many countries. Did it work? Until they destroy each other, finish before any intervention can work. You don't see Hamas and Israel. Yeah, several efforts have been made. They're not working because the devastation has not been done yet. Hamas, they are speaking tough because it has not entered them yet. Until when it enters very well, that any form of ceasefire, they will agree with it so that it will end. But if they were wise enough, they could have backed down, reduced their kind of talk just to for the safety of their own people. Do you understand? Even if not for anything, for the safety of your own people. Over 42,000 people have died since the conflict started. Resume. So it's not wisdom at all. It's not wisdom. So values. Some people values violence, while some people value peace. Do you understand? So anything that has to do with violence, they are not part of it. They don't want to associate with any form of violence at all because they don't like it. But there are others that when it is violent, that's where they like it the most. That's their nature. Talk about resource conflicts. Resource conflicts arises when parties compete for limited resources, such as money, time, and materials. Do you understand? For those of you in the Niger Delta, you understand. For those of you in Zamfara, you understand. Because so if I ask you now in Zamfara, what is the source of the conflict in Zamfara? You may not know. Some of you may think it's just bandits or Boko Haram militias that have migrated from Borno to Zamfara that they're causing conflict. No, there's serious gold mining in Zamfara. Do you understand? And that is what is causing conflict in Zamfara state. Gold mining. Do you understand? People are mining the gold privately and making money. And so there's serious battle. You understand? So that's what it means. You source conflict. It can be land. You have been having land dispute. All right. In the east, anywhere in the middle belt, land disputes very, very in the north central. Land problems has been a major problem. Boundary issues. Cross River, Benue, Benue, Taraba, Kogi, several of them landed issues, boundary disputes. Do you understand? Here and there. Resource conflict. Nigeria was in conflict with Cameroon for years until the matter was resolved at the International Court of Justice, where the land, a person used to come and then give the land to Cameroon, Bakassa Peninsula. So these are the things. So we have resource conflicts. The Niger Delta, it took the wisdom from Yaradua administration to bring the issue of amnesty, all right? And then most young people were integrated and some of them sent to schools and all of that. And then the conflict reduced to a level where we are enjoying relative peace in the Niger Delta. Do you understand? So that's what it means, resource conflict. So resource conflict can come from different type of resources. Like I talk about money, time. It can be time conflict. You want me to go and visit you? I don't have time to visit. Like me, I can say, worship together. Asking me whether I don't even have time to stroll. I had time to. I bought football. I cannot. I don't even have time to play that football. You're telling me time to stroll. Stroll do what? If I have time to do exercise, I will do. Time to go and visit unnecessary visitation. I'm not. I have. I'm too. I'm so busy. I have a lot of things to attend to. You understand? So, time can also be a source of conflicts. Or materials. Materials. What are you? Money. Once we see money, resource conflicts. Let's look at interest-based conflicts. Interest-based conflict. This type of conflict involves differing interests or goals, even if the parties involved are not opposed to each other personally. There is still what different interests. That is, I have certain goals that I may not tell you, I may not have any direct conflict with you personally, but I know that you are chasing what I'm chasing. Do you understand? So I must make sure that I outsmart you to get it. Interest-based conflicts. I may not come and confront you directly, but I'm also deploying every strategy to make sure that I get it before you. Take, for instance, maybe politicians who contest for positions. Do you understand? They may not confront you personally to tell you that we are in conflict or we are fighting or anything like that. But everybody interest is on the seat, on the position. Do you understand? So everybody is doing everything to get to that place. So interest, goals, cause conflict. Do you understand? Someone may not confront you, but he want to become VC in your organization, in your school. So he's doing everything possible to outsmart you to become that, or want to become a director. He's doing everything possible to blackmail you and do all manner of things. Just sometimes they will do and clean hands, clean mouth, then as if they are not involved, as if they don't know what is happening. Do you understand? But the aim is to just put you, sideline you, and then advance. That's what it means. They may not confront you directly, but the interest is there. They are fighting. You know that this person also is eyes on this because maybe in the office, all of you have qualified to become one. So You see, politics will play behind doors to make sure that you are being outsmarted. So that's what it means. So interest-based conflicts. So a landlord and a tenant may have a conflict regarding rental terms. Do you understand? The landlord wants to increase rent for financial reasons, while the tenant seeks to maintain affordability. So despite their mutual respect, their interests conflict. Do you understand? Despite their mutual respect, their what interest differs. Landlord want to increase to get more money. You, the tenant, want the money, the rent issues to remain the way it is, so that you can continue to afford to pay. So, so conflict interest. Do you understand? There may be a mutual respect. Do you understand? Landlord, tenant respect, but the interest differs. No. So, understanding these different types of conflicts and their nature helps in identifying the root causes and developing effective resolution strategies. Do you understand? So that's the reason why we take time to explain them. So that in any situation you confront any type of conflict, you should know, is this a group conflict? Is it interpersonal conflict? Is it intrapersonal conflict? Is it a value conflict? Is it resource-based conflicts? Or is it interest-based conflicts? You have to know all these types of conflicts so that you can be able to develop a particular strategy that will address the problem. But when you don't know and understand the type of conflict you are dealing with, how will you resolve the conflict? It will take you time and so much effort to be able to deal with the conflict. So we're going to look at the role of emotions in conflict escalation and resolution. We're talking about the role of emotions in conflict resolution and conflict escalation. Now, our emotions influence how we escalate or resolve conflict. It's our emotions that make us to be vibrating, like that guy that I gave you an example now. This is something that was, if I were the one, as they hold me not to fight, I would have gently respected myself and then move on. Do you understand? But he wanted to fight. All efforts to separate him, it was not just working out until they began to push him out of the fence, go and fight. And then I saw him, he began to, change, began to misbehave himself. I said, go and fight now. Why are you coming down now? You understand? So, but emotions, I don't know, he was so angry to forget his senses that you are alone. You are going against two people. And another thing that happened that I saw that the guy was so foolish was that other people that were trying to separate him were still beating him. Do you understand? Because they felt that, look at this guy, we're trying to separate you, help you against two people, and you are insisting. They began to beat him hard on top. Do you understand? So that's what it means. They were even helping to drag him out of the fence so that those guys should go and finish him. So by the time they drag him out, senses began to come back. So that by the time he's left alone with those two guys, maybe we'll be hearing obituary, or he will be rushed to the hospital. Do you understand? That's what it means. Because those guys were carrying heavy stones like this. So you see what it means. So emotions. So if we do not regret and control our emotions, that's what will happen. Like what happened to that guy. You understand? We should respond. We should behave in a way that we take control of our emotions. Control your emotions, because the emotions influences conflict escalation or de-escalation or resolution of the conflict. So what's the role of emotions in conflict escalation? the role of emotions in conflict escalation. I hope you guys are following me. I hope you are understanding me. If you are following me, let me know so that I will know that you are following. And I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? All right. If you can hear me, that's fine. So let's proceed. So, number one role of emotions in conflict escalation is intensification of feelings. Intensification of what? Feelings. Your feelings are being intensified. That is strong emotions like anger, like the case I'm giving you example here now. It's a case study. Frustration or fear can amplify conflicts. Do you understand? So when one party reacts emotionally, it can provoke a similar response from the other, leading to a cycle of escalating. Because when the issue started, we were like, I was like, I should just carry my car and disappear from that filling station because in the first place, I didn't know what was going on. Before you know it now, you begin to hear gunshot here and there, crack, 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 crack. So I say, but I say, let me still monitor and see what is happening here again. And then I discovered that someone was just being stubborn. So anger, you react, your emotions intensify feelings. You understand? Someone provoke you, but you cannot just control it. I know several of us, or many of us here now. If some, even despite this training that we are talking about here now, someone just provoke you, you just leave your house now, by just by the you want to go and buy something, and somebody will offend you now, you will fight and insult and abuse and say many other things. You cannot control yourself. How will you do something like that? So the role of emotions in conflict escalation is intensification of what? Feelings. Feelings are being intensified. For example, in a heated argument, because the conflict I'm talking about now in the filling station, this is how it started. The argument, they started arguing, and then before I know it, the other one slapped the one. I was punching him, and then the other one to want to retaliate and punch back. You understand? But it started from argument. In a heated argument, one person's raised voice may trigger the other to respond with even more intensity, causing the conflict to spiral. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So they were arguing. They're arguing. Before you know what happened, one person hit the other, and then the other responded in the same measure. Before you know what was happening, they started exchanging blows. Before people now came in to separate them, intensification of feelings. That is what emotions can do in conflict. Some of you, you dress so responsibly. You put on suit, look so corporate, wear expensive shoe. Some of you put on even glasses, and then somebody provoke you. You remove your suit, you remove your glasses, you want to fight. Take it easy oh, before you die, before you die prematurely. Just take it easy. Somebody provoke you like that, and you are feeling that way. First and foremost, we say you should do what? Self-awareness. Then what next? Self-regulation. Do you understand? Regulate those feelings. Regulate it. All right. Someone may provoke you, may feel so provoked, but when you look at your suit, just turn and look at your suit. Say, "This is my suit, and this is my glasses. I'm looking so too fine to be provoked. I'm looking so cute to be provoked." Do you understand? I cannot just come and be fighting here in the way I'm appearing. No, I cannot do that. So for that reason, the person that is provoking you, you tell him or her, "Please, you did not see me today. I'll check you next time." Do you understand? You proceed. No offense. You save yourself stress, wasted time, wasted energy. You save yourself so many things. Maybe you save yourself even injuries. And to the extreme, you save yourself death. Because people die as a result of this thing. I don't agree, I don't agree. They carry iron. Before you know it, you are gone for good. You will never come back to life. Death is once. So if you must say that something must kill a man and then for your own, it's because you did not use your senses, you did not put your emotions in control. You died. That is a fool's death. You understand? That is a foolish one. If I'm there, I will find one cane and flog you before you be taken to the mortuary. Do you understand? For not using your senses, for not control your emotions. That's what it means. So, intensification of feelings. I want us to understand this thing very well because this is the issue. This what is actually the problem. Because we get irritated so easily. Little misunderstanding, we just because of argument, we argue until it intensifies feelings, and then conflict begin to escalate. You begin to insult and abuse. Before you know it, you begin to even go physical. It doesn't have to be like that. Use your own senses. Use Regulate your feelings and move on. Tell yourself, I wasn't coming out to fight. People go out with several baggages. So what do? Avoid them. Do you understand? So you are going out, tell yourself, I was not coming out to come and fight. So I'm not ready for your fight. Go and look for someone else of your type and fight. This is the wrong person. Do you understand? This is the wrong person. Do you understand? Once you do this, you save yourself the stress and whatever that is involved. Another rule of emotions in conflict escalation is misinterpretation. Misinterpretation. Right? Emotional responses can cloud judgment, right? And leads to misinterpretation of intentions. Sometimes somebody says something to you, but that's not what he actually meant. Do you understand? And then you misinterpret it and then you just get meaning out of what you don't want to take it the way it's been said. You just deduce a meaning out of what someone says, and then you give your own interpretation just to suit your feelings, and then before you know it, conflict. When individuals are emotionally charged, right, they may perceive natural actions as a hostile one. Do you understand? They may perceive natural actions as hostile. For example, a colleague who seems indifferent during a discussion may be interpreted as disrespectful, escalating feelings of resentment. So that's what it means. So misinterpretation. Defensiveness. Defensiveness is also another role that emotions plays on conflict escalation. Defensiveness. Emotions like insecurity or fear can lead individuals to become defensive, making them less open to to dialogue and to discuss and converse. Do you understand? And more likely to react negatively. No, I was not the one that. I'm not the one that did it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Is that how you welcome somebody? It becomes so defensive. All right. So when there's an issue, be open for conversation. Don't become so defensive and say, I don't want to hear, I don't want to listen to anybody. Why is it I don't want to listen to anybody? So if someone feels attacked, they may respond with sarcasm or aggression instead of addressing the underlying issue, further deepening the conflict. So that's what it means. So avoidance, avoidance. Negative emotions may cause individuals to avoid addressing the conflict altogether, allowing unresolved issues to fester and grow. Now, like I said before, it's not every conflict you avoid. There are certain conflicts that you have to resolve them, but there are some that you avoid. Do you understand? For instance, now, the one that happened in the filling station, you just maybe in the course of interaction, and then conflicts occurs. Maybe the person you are interacting with, it may take you for another 5 years. You may not have any form of interaction with that person. So why the fight? Do you understand? This kind of conflict, you can avoid it easily and move on. Do you understand? But maybe it's a colleagues, you are having problem with your colleague. Do you understand? This kind of conflict, you cannot avoid it because you are going to spend a lot of time in the organization working with that person. So what do you do? Create an opportunity to resolve the conflict. Find a way to resolve the conflict. Do you understand? Because this is your colleague and you are going to work with this person for a long time here. Or it's a marital issue. Find a problem to resolve it. Don't allow it to linger. Do you understand? Don't avoid discussing it. Discuss it. And husband will say, I'm not in the mood to discuss. Wife will say, I'm not in the mood to discuss. So who is in the mood to discuss then? So the issue will continue to linger. And then there will be always tension in the home. There's always anxiety. There's always moodiness. There's so many things, Nobody knows where things are just flowing. Do you understand? So many things begin to crew up. Don't allow that to happen to your family. Create time to discuss what you notice is the problem. And be willing and be open for conversation, a talk, dialogue the issue. Don't avoid the situation. Don't avoid. And you, see, women, let me tell you something. It's not submissiveness and it's not respect for you not to discuss something with your husband that is affecting your emotions, affecting the peace of the house. Do you understand? Say, I don't want to offend my husband. I don't want to, no. Madam, your husband is doing something that you don't want, or you don't like, or is affecting your peace. All right? Let me just give you a key for those of you that are women in the house here. Uh, create a moment to discuss with your husband. Maybe you make him that meal that whenever he eats, he will be smiling. Nothing happened, but he'll be smiling. Do you understand? So you cook it, prepare it for him, let him eat and be smiling. And then when children are sleeping, uh and then you create time and discuss with him. You understand? Don't wait when he need your attention before you begin to say, hey, you see, this issue. No, not that one. You understand? It may be even when you even give him your attention that you bring the matter. Do you understand? And discuss with him, sir, this has been happening. Actually, I'm particularly affected because it affect my peace and it affects our relationship. And then you explain your issue, and then in a manner that is respectful. Do you understand? Presenting issue also matters. If you present issues wrongly, it will also affect the conversation. So present issue in a way that is respectful and also nice. But when you just try to avoid it, I don't want to offend my husband. I am a son. You are not. It's caused more conflict in the home. So discuss the problem. Let the problem finish once and for all. Let the person know what he's doing that you are not happy. Because at the end of the day, if you do not say it, and maybe the conflict escalate to a point whereby maybe a third party may be needed into the family to come and discuss the issue, the husband will still ask you, did you discuss it with me? So by the time you say that, I don't want to offend you because anytime I want to discuss something with you, you don't want to listen to me, you don't want to give me attention and things like that, then you are just giving an excuse. So you have to create time and discuss it. You, the husband, the same thing. Somebody say, I don't want to offend my wife. What do you mean by you don't want to offend you? But you are not feeling okay. You are feeling sad. You go out moody. You go out all the time. It's like as if something is worrying you all the time. Create time and discuss with your wife what you are not comfortable with. Don't be keeping quiet. You become a silence headquarter. In a home, you are not talking, you are not even conversing very well, you're not even interacting with the children very well, even the wives. Your discussion is as limited as you know, as a CSC company that is under limited. You understand? So it's not so. Discuss it with your wife. Discuss, madam, something is happening and it's affecting my peace. And I think that it's better we should put our heads together and look at it and then find a better way to get out of it so that it will not continue to affect us and affect our relationship. Do you understand? And discuss it and end it. Don't avoid it. But like I say, there are conflicts that you can avoid easily and they have no effect on you whatsoever. Do you understand? Somebody brushed my car. So I should spend the whole of my time discussing that you brushed my car. Or I should just spend the whole of my energy on you, arguing and asking you why do you brush my car, and then maybe with the intention that you should give me money to go and repair. I don't have that time. If I don't have money to repay it, I will be driving. So far as I can still drive, I can be driving it and be moving on. When I have money, I'll go and repay it. I don't have time to waste, not one. Okay? Not 1 minute. If you like, come and break my my brake lights or whatever. I don't have time to waste, not even one. Go your own way, I will go my own way. You understand? So that's what it means. So avoidance. So you allow it, it will grow. You allow it, it will grow, and it escalates into something else. So avoid it, it will go. Do you understand? It will go on and on and on and on. You just thinking maybe somebody will just over time stop doing it. No, it will continue to go on. That's why you must create time to discuss it. So the role of emotions in conflict resolution. Let's look at the role of emotion in conflict resolution. Empathy and understanding. All right. Positive emotions like empathy can facilitate understanding between conflicting parties, where individuals can put themselves in each other's shoes. All right. It fosters a more collaborative atmosphere. That's what it means. We have been talking about empathy here. We have been talking about understanding here. Do you understand? So only when you put take someone's concern as your own concern that you will be able to understand exactly what the person is saying. The time you try to forget about yourself and put yourself in another's perspective, then you will begin to appreciate what the other party is saying, and that will help you to resolve conflict easily. So, a mediator who expresses genuine concern for both sides can help each party feel heard. Do you understand? Encouraging a more open exchange of ideas. And then before you know it, conflict is resolved. Calming inferences. Calming what inference? That's another role emotions play in conflict resolution. Calming what inference. Managing emotions effectively can help de-escalate conflict. When one party remains calm, it can influence the other to adopt a similar what demeanor. So that's, for instance, now, you are shouting. I noticed this in my parents. I noticed this in my parents, and I learned from it greatly. Do you understand? My mom would be shouting and be talking to my father. Be talking to maybe he's saying something out of anger with my father. Do you know what my father would do? My father would not say a word. So if my mom noticed that he's talking, my father is not saying anything, she will stop. She'll begin to reduce the volume until the volume is reduced completely. Do you understand? And my father asked, I don't know how he used to resolve those issues, though. He would keep quiet. He would take his bed, go out. Maybe he has something to attend to, you go and attend to it. When he returns, we don't hear anything again. How they resolve it, I don't know. Do you understand? So sometimes somebody is behaving so violently towards you, but you just maintain your cool. Just maintain your cool. No issue. You're just looking. The other person will begin to think, I was expecting that this person should also be reacting the way I'm reacting, but he's not reacting. Let me just forget about him. Let me just go on. Do you understand? Something like that. But by the time you respond or you react the way the other person is behaving, you too, it escalates. But once you are not responding, there's a way. That is not that you cannot respond, though, but you are just taking your time. Maybe you are not just trying, you are not reacting. You want to respond to the reaction. The other person is reacting. But because you seem to be more emotionally intelligent, you want to respond, not to react. So you are maintaining your cool so that you can give a response after thought. Do you understand? So before you know it, it should die down. Argument finish. Or someone react and misbehave, and then when you want to speak, you say, my brother, I think this issue we can address it in a more matured and more, you know, friendly manner. I don't see any reason why we should be shouting to disgrace ourselves and all of that. Do you understand? Before you know it, he himself is feeling somehow and begins to calm down. That's how it is. So calming down is very, very important, and it helps to resolving conflict. So we must learn how to calm down when issues confront us. Issue of conflict, very important. All right. So let's look at another one: building relationships. Building what? Relationships. So positive emotions or emotional exchanges, such as expression of appreciation or acknowledgement, can strengthen relationship and create a foundation for resolving conflicts. Do you understand? So positive exchanges like that can create a foundation for what? Exchanging. Exchanging. All right. Now for ideas, appreciation. You try to appreciate the situation, acknowledge, right? Create a kind of situation that is looks so smooth. A kind of situation, a relationship that is promotes effective communication, kind of relationship that promote value. Do you understand? And then kind of relationship that is built on something, respect. Before you know it, it de-escalates conflict. Like I say it here now, somebody may be reacting, but when you want to speak to the person, you say, "My brother, we can resolve this issue amicably." Do you understand? So it solves so much headache. Do you understand? And then, so after a disagreement, expressing gratitude for the other person's perspective can enhance mutual respect and pave the way for resolution. Yes. For instance, someone is reacting and misbehaving and shouting, and then you say, "Well, I appreciate your concern, and I understand with you perfectly the way you feel. Do you understand? But I think we can look at this issue differently." Before you know it, the issue will just go down completely. No argument, no further discussion. Do you understand? That's what it means. So let's look at promoting open communication. So healthy emotional expression encourages open dialogue about feelings and concerns. Someone may be angry, but you responded in a peaceful way. It encourages open communication. You understand? So you can tell the person, let's talk better, let's discuss in a matured and a friendly manner so that we can resolve our differences in a better way. You understand? So it calm down, tension calm down. And then the escalation of violence and conflicts resolved. Do you understand? So finally for today, we're going to look at analyzing conflict scenarios through the lens of emotional intelligence. Analyzing conflict what? Scenarios through the lens of emotional intelligence. So I hope people can still see me, you can see hear what I'm saying, because we have we're in a country whereby light is constant. Do you understand? So people should take it like that. So light is constant in our environment. We don't take light in Nigeria. Light here in Nigeria is constant. So, and that is why you can still see my face very clearly. So let's enjoy it the way it is. Do you understand? So analyzing conflict scenarios through the lens of emotional intelligence. So um, scenario one, workplace disagreement. All right. So this is the kind of scenario we want to put into perspective to help us to analyze this kind of conflict and how we can use our emotional intelligence to address it. So we're looking at scenario one, workplace disagreement. So let's look at the situation. Two team members disagree on the direction of a project. So how are you going to carry out emotional intelligence analysis here? You are going to look at self-awareness. So each individual should recognize their own emotions. That's number one. Frustrations or anxiety about the disagreement. Understanding these feelings can help them approach the situation more calmly. Do you understand? So, despite the fact that we have different approaches, we want different approaches to the conflict. Do you understand? Or to the project, rather, we can still understand with each other, and we can discuss and address this issue, you know, in a calmly manner. Do you understand? We can address this issue in a calmly manner. No fighting, no issue. So that's what it means. So self-awareness help you to know your feelings, and then the other person also understand his or her feelings, and that help you to resolve the conflict. Do you understand? So the best thing first and foremost is, how am I feeling concerning this fact that, okay, we have different directions so far as this project is concerned. And how can we get out of this uh, problem? How do we get out of this predicament? Because this is stopping us from making progress as far as the project is concerned. So talk about self-regulation. Self-regulation. So instead of responding impulsively, they can take a moment to breathe and collect their thoughts, preventing escalation. Self-regulation. That is, you may feel somehow, you may feel angry, but if you can regulate your feelings, it can help you to respond maturely. It can help you to respond in a coordinated way. Do you understand? Then we'll talk about empathy. By considering the other person's perspective, they might realize that their colleague feels strongly about the approach due to past experiences or pressures. So that is it. But when you refuse to listen to or consider someone's perspective, then it becomes a problem. Social skills, using active listening and clear communications, they can express their viewpoints while also validating each other's concerns, fostering a collaborative atmosphere. So these are the emotional analysis that you're going to put in place, emotional intelligence analysis that you're going to put in place. First and foremost, you look at self-awareness. Look at self-awareness, and then look at self-awareness. Look at self-awareness, and then look at self-regulations, and then empathy, and then social skills. Are those things that you're going to help to deal with this situation? Do you understand? So let's look at scenario 2, family conflict. Family conflict. A disagreement arises between siblings about caring for aging parents. A disagreement arises between siblings about caring for what? Aging parents. Do you understand? So, what are the emotional intelligence analysis here? Self-awareness. Each sibling needs to identify personal feelings, perhaps guilt, resentment, or protectiveness. Do you understand? Related to their roles in caregiving. So you have to understand, what is your own perspective here. Are you guilt over anything? Are they accusing you that you are not doing much? You understand? Or what are the resentment? Or you are feeling that you are the only person doing, you are the only person taking care of your aging parent, and no other sibling is contributing. They are not even giving time, not even contributing resources, time. That feeling of resentment. Do you understand? And then other protectiveness measures that may be in place. So you have to understand all of this. That is how you are feeling. And then self-regulation. Instead of allowing emotions to detect responses like defensiveness or blame, because you try to, and they are saying that maybe your sibling is saying, I am the only person that is taking care of um, daddy or mommy in maybe in instance. And then you are saying, and do you know my engagement? Do you know what I'm doing? Do you think I have time? And all of that. You're trying to just defend and also blame. Must I be here if I'm not here? And all those reasons. Do you understand? So blame and accusation and all of that. So, but if you are able to regulate yourself very well, I'm sorry, I really apologize that I have not been able to give so much time in contributing to taking care of our aged parents, but it's because of my um, tight schedules and other activities that have made me not to. So you communicate in a way that is so encouraging. Do you understand? It's so it's so appealing, despite the fact that yeah, you may even be contributing, but it's just that maybe you feel that as often as you should have been available to contribute, you're not being, but you know but at least I'm here now. I can help you. I can at least I have a few. I'm free for like 3 to 4 days, so at least I can help to lift you from this, so that do you understand? You communicate in that way, and then it's so encouraging. But by the time someone says, "I am the one that has been taking care of our parents," and then you are not contributing anything, you are not even giving time, you don't even, you know, as if I'm the only child. Do you understand? And then you also join. So what is wrong with that? If we're taking care of our parents, so what? Huh? Must we all be here before that we'll take care of our parents? Do you understand that kind of response? Do you understand? So it's rather aggravate the situation and make the situation become tense. Do you understand? So that kind of communication is so when you can regret yourself, you'll be able to communicate in a way that it will be so encouraging, and the other person may feel relieved. Do you understand? Despite all those kind of sentiments. Do you understand? So, but first and foremost, you must be aware of how you are feeling, and then also regulate yourselves, your emotions, and then empathy. By acknowledging each other's stress and motivations, they can create a supportive environment where both feel understood. Do you understand? That is just what I have expressed here. Just express it in such a way that you show concern. You look at the person's sacrifice. I appreciate your sacrifice for taking care of our aging parents and for always being there. We wish we could have do more to support you, but that kind of situation, I mean, it will be better. It will be better rather than chancing somebody and then blame game and then accusation here and there. Do you understand? Just case. Facilitating a family meeting to discuss concerns openly can lead to a more productive conversation and shared decision making. So it will help you. So let's look at scenario 3, cultural conflict. Cultural conflict is, let's look at a situation. A misunderstanding occurs in a multicultural team due to different communication styles. So what are the emotional intelligence analysis you are going to carry out here? Self-awareness, like we have said. Team members should reflect on their own cultural biases. All right, your cultural biases, reflect on them, and then how this may influence their perceptions of others. Do you understand? You know, if you see two Yoruba people, if you see two Yoruba people or person, let me say two Yoruba persons in a particular place, they are always discussing, and they are discussing in their language. They don't care whether you are around. Do you understand? So in most cases, people feel that they are gossiping them, and it may not be so. These are just cultural differences. Do you understand? And biases. Now, when you see these two persons, individuals, they are always talking and they speak in their own language. It doesn't matter who is around, they speak in their own language. So if care is not taken, you will misunderstood them and interpret it to be a kind of they are gossiping you, or they are doing something, they were discussing your matter or things like that. But it may not be so. Do you understand? So self-awareness, self-regulations. So managing frustrations when communication doesn't go as expected can help maintain a respectful dialogue. So in a situation like this, what do you do? So you can tell the two people, the two persons discussing in their language, hey, please excuse me. Don't you know that I'm around here? Do you understand? Ah, so people are selling me, Abby. Just you can make a joke out of discussion so that you make them to begin to speak in a language that you also can hear and be part of it. Discussion. Do you understand? So, so there'll be no bad feelings. But by the time you say you just come and then you say, so you people are gossiping me, Abby. You cannot speak. So you people are using your language to gossip me, Abby. So that's an accusation, right? And then before that is you are not able to regret. But you, even if you feel somehow about their discussion, what do? You approach them differently. Do you understand? Say, please, I want to also be part of this discussion. Can you discuss it in a language that I can also hear? It can makes more meaning than accusing and blaming. Empathy. So understanding that different cultures have varied norms for communication can foster greater patience and curiosity. Do you understand? About each other's backgrounds. That's what it means. So also, how do I know that if you see two Yoruba persons, they must be communicating and discussing? Because it's something that I see over and over time, and I also interacted with. I have so many people that I relate with that are from Yoruba, you understand? So, but there are others that even though they may be of the same tribe, they meet together, they're in a place, but you hardly hear them speak their language. They'll be communicating in English. Do you understand? So these are the things. So social skills, encouraging open discussions about cultural differences can enhance team cohesion and prevent future misunderstanding. So I want to be part of this discussion. So can you communicate in a language that I can also understand? Or I want to also learn Yoruba language. Can you people teach me Yoruba? And then you begin to discuss. So okay, you to teach us your own language. Do you understand? Then all those kind of suspicion go away. But because of this thing I'm talking about here causes fight in some instances. I'm telling you the truth. This thing I'm talking about here, that I'm talking about as if it's a simple thing here now. In some situation, it causes conflict, like fight. I remember vividly when we were serving, it causes a fight between and among some guys like that. Do you understand? So scenario 4, personal relationship conflict. A couple argues over financial decisions. That's the situation. So what emotional intelligence analysis you are going to use here? Self-awareness. Each partner should recognize their feelings about money such as anxiety or insecurity, which can impact their reactions. Do you understand? So once you recognize this, you know, you understand how you feel. So there's self-regulation. So taking time to cool off before discussing finances can prevent hurtful exchanges and allow for more rational decisions. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So, but if you do not, so that's why you waste money in this house. Oh, you don't drop money, you don't keep money. When you are traveling, you don't keep money, and all those stuff. Empathy, considering each other's financial fears or values can lead to a more compassionate approach to the conversation. Because sometimes you may need money, but the person that is to give this money is considering other factors. Do you understand? So you should understand the person's concerns and fears. Because maybe the money you think is available, or maybe the money you think it should be given to you, maybe the money that shouldn't be spent now. Even if the person promises to give you money, you still have to wait so that the person's calculations enters way before. So if in this kind of understanding, you'll be able to approach the person with, you know, some level of consideration. Well, I'm still waiting patiently. I know I requested for some money from you, and you have not obliged, but I know the reason why it has delayed, because I know that your calculation has not just entered waste, because I know if it enters waste, you'll not hesitate to give me, because you have been giving me even when I do not ask. So I am still hoping that now things will just work out way, so that my expectation, my demand will be met. And then, do you understand? So you are speaking with some form of consideration. So even the person that is to give the money now will begin to feel it and begin to see how to make ways to release it. But when you come as if it is your entitlement, that you are entitled, that it must be given to you, and you begin to, say all manner of things, it affects a lot of issues. It can create tension and conflict, and then result into something else. So setting aside regular time to discuss finances in a neutral setting can help both partners feel safe sharing their thoughts and concerns. Scenario 5. Let's look at scenario 5. Our time has 5 spent. So let's try and round up this training. So religious conflict. Religious conflict. So a situation. A community is divided over the construction of a new place of worship with differing views based on religious beliefs. So what's emotional intelligence analysis here? Self-awareness. Community members should recognize their own emotions related to issues, whether it's fears of change, anger at perceived injustice, or pride in their beliefs. Do you understand? So you should understand that. And then self-regulation. So rather than reacting with hostility or exclusion, individuals can strive to remain calm and engage in a respectful dialogue. But in our situation here, they'll go and destroy a mosque. They'll go and destroy a church that is not supposed to be situated here before discussion will come. No. You, even if you don't want it to be situated there, there's a way you can discuss it. And then it will be understood on a mutual ground, and then be taken somewhere else. Do you understand? So empathy. Understanding that others may have deep emotional ties to their beliefs and practices. And this can help individuals approach discussion with compassion and openness. Only if we can begin to appreciate each other person's belief, then we'll stop all this nonsense that we used to have around here, conflicts here and there about religion. Do you understand? Appreciate my religion, appreciate my beliefs. I will appreciate your own. Appreciate the other person's own. We will not have any problem at all. Not at all. But before you know it, it's as if my religion is better than your own. Your own, okay, for you. Now, the problem now is this. I look at a Muslim person and then I call him or her unbeliever. What makes you think that he's an unbeliever? Simply because he does not believe in your own belief or in what you believe in? Do you understand? So to you now, he's an unbeliever. A Muslim person, look at a Christian person, he's called unbeliever. Do you understand? Why? Simply because this person is not a Muslim, because just believe in your own belief. A traditionalist, look at a Christian or a Muslim and call them unbelievers. Why? Because they are not practicing their own traditional religion or something of that nature. Do you understand? Is that how it's supposed to be? No. Appreciate what I believe in and respect me based on what I believe in. I'll respect you based on what you believe in. And in conversation, I'm conversing with you, and then I am being conscious of the fact of your beliefs, and you also are conversing with me being conscious of my belief. Do you understand? So that in no measure or any way, I will communicate with you in such a way that it will offend your belief system. Do you understand? And these are the issues that we have not been taken serious. Some people will just take it intentionally to make sure that they will offend other people's beliefs. It's not correct. It is not correct. In a multicultural society like Nigeria, it's not correct. Social skills, organizing interfaith dialogues can promote understanding and collaboration. So creating a platform for all voices to be heard can help bridge divides and foster a sense of what? Community. So lastly, neighborhood what? Let's look at neighborhood dispute. Neighbors clashes over noise level from a home renovation project. So what are the emotional analysis, intelligent analysis here? Neighbors should identify their feelings such as annoyance or anxiety related to the situation, self-regulation. Instead of resorting to complaints, they can choose to communicate their concerns calmly. Empathy, recognizing that the renovators may be under pressure to complete the project, can lead to a more understanding approach. Do you understand? Social skills, engaging in a friendly conversation to express concerns and finding what compromise can help resolve the conflict. So we'll talk about sports, library, we'll talk about family holidays, conflicts. All of this, when you get the manual, you can be able to go through them and have an understanding of what it means. Do you understand? So I don't want to go extend this class to more than what it's supposed to be. So thank you very much. Tomorrow, we'll be looking at Unit 2, which is emotional intelligence strategies for conflict resolution. So we'll look at what it means and then several other issues. So thank you very much for taking time to be part of today's training. I hope you have a wonderful time. And so, like I said before, some of you joined this class. We are almost coming to the end of this training. Do you understand? So by Monday, we should be done with the training. So you have your manual that covers 3 weeks training already. So intensify your studies so that you can pass your exams. I want everybody to pass. Even those of you that have not been consistent in the class, I want you to pass the exams. But try as much as possible to be consistent in the remaining part of the training, because our questions will come majorly in this last aspect of the training. So if you are not being part of it, it may affect your performance in the examination at the end of the day. So try as much as possible to be consistent in participation. You understand? Join the meeting and all of that. So thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're not having training. Tomorrow we're not having training, but we'll have a rebroadcast of this one so that you can still, join and participate. And then Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we are done with the training, and then we'll get ourselves prepared for the next training. So thank you very much. We'll see you on Thursday. Have a wonderful night rest. Any question? No. Thank you. If there's a question, I will answer it next time. Intensify your reading. Your reading. Blessings. 200 pages. Wow. Blessing. Blessing, stop causing confusion. Just go and read your book. 200 pages. That's why we ask you people to be joining. Thank God you have been a consistent person. So you are not going to have any challenge studying 200 pages plus. So, so I know it's going to be a wonderful learning experience. So you are going to enjoy it. 200 pages, very small thing for somebody that has been consistent. That is why we were saying that you should participate during the meeting. So it can be easy. So it's for you, it's going to be a kind of revision, all right? Because you have been consistent. But somebody that has not been consistent, 200 pages, they will not be able to cover and they will not pass the exams. And that's what we want. So that if you're not consistent, you will not be able to pass the exam. That's what it means. So thank you very much. See you on Thursday. Bye.